A solar eclipse happened this morning and it's International Happiness Day, and what makes me happy but Friday reads, so that's what we're doing. Hey Crusaders, Friday reads again. I am just going to give you a quick update on that front. I love Friday reads so much. I think they're great when they're short videos that just tell people what you've been reading quickly but without going too much into the books, because that's what I'll be doing in my monthly wrap-ups and my reviews. So Friday reads, I am going to basically tell you what I read the last week, what I'm reading now and what I'm planning on reading, but without doing reviews or anything. It's just, I'm going to try and keep them all under 4 minutes, but hopefully I'm going to do a Friday reads every Friday. So last week I read and finished Casket of Souls by Lynn Flewelling, and I adored it, gave it 5 stars like I already knew I would because it's Night Runners. So obviously this is the 6th book in the Night Runner series, and I'll tell you more about that at a later date, but really enjoyed it. And I also started reading Jane Eyre. I actually followed through with it. I am on page 442, so I really don't have that long left to go, and again this is going to be 5 stars. It's amazing, I adore it, one of my favourite books of all time. Yes, most probably. Mr. Rochester though, this book is a classic for a reason. So what are my plans for the next week? Well, I'll probably finish Jane Eyre today and then I will move on to The Fall of the Kings by Ellen Kushner and Delia Sherman. I actually remembered to say the second name today. And this is Fantasy of Manners. In fact, Source Point was a Fantasy of Manners. I have no idea what this is. I just know that I'm going to read it because it's the 3rd book in the Riverside trio, and Riverside, let's go. And it's floppy. It's floppy, darling. And I think it's got a pretty awesome cover. But like I said, I'll tell you what it's actually about and more stuff like that in my wrap-up, so yeah. I did say that I was going to read Mrs. Dalloway with Rachel, didn't I? Yeah, I let Rachel down on that one. I was too caught up in Jane Eyre to read anything else, so yeah. So these 2 books at the moment make up the plan for after The Fall of Kings. They're both quite short. I have An Atlas of Impossible Longing by Andura Dahrotov. I have An Atlas of Impossible Longing by Anura Daroy. I know that this is a diverse book, and a friend lent it to me, so I'm not really gonna look at what it's about. I just would go into this one blind. Or there's also Our Man in Havana by Graham Greene. I was looking through my shelf and I was like, I've got some Graham Greene books which I never read. I really loved Brian Rock. I want to read more Graham Greene. So yes, might read this one. Is quite short. I think this one has something to do with espionage. So that is my plan for the next week, and if I follow through on that plan then I'll be very happy because I think that's a good plan. I am now going to film the second part of my Kindle video that will hopefully be up midweek, and look in the shadows, guys.